Nordic volleyball is rising. In this series, we explore 4 nations: Sweden, Denmark, Norway, and Finland, each with a unique story. Every video is divided into 3 parts: history, the roots of their volleyball journey, now, current stars, coaches, and challenges, future youth talent shaping what's next. First up, Sweden. History. Volleyball arrived in Northern Europe in the early 20th century, introduced through YMCA networks and American soldiers during World War I. By the mid-20th century, national federations began formalizing the sport. Sweden, for instance, joined the Fédération Internationale de Volleyball (FIVB) in 1961. The Nordic countries' cold climates initially limited volleyball's outdoor appeal, but indoor leagues flourished. By the 1970s, regional tournaments began shaping a distinct Nordic identity in the sport. The North European Volleyball Zonal Association, NEVZA, established to promote collaboration, became a cornerstone for development, hosting youth and senior competitions that united Sweden, Denmark, Norway, Finland, and Iceland. Men's volleyball in the Nordic region is a story of passion, innovation, and unexpected triumphs. In Sweden, this history reaches its peak through the visionary work of Anders Christiansson and a series of unforgettable moments. In the 1980s, Sweden's national team began to redefine what was possible. At the 1988 Seoul Olympics, the Swedes fought hard to finish 7th, a performance that hinted at something greater on the horizon. Then, in 1989, during the European Championship on home soil, the team delivered a performance that would live in legend. In a dramatic semifinals battle, Sweden stunned the entire volleyball world by defeating the Soviet Union, a victory that was particularly significant as it marked the first time a Western nation, outside of Japan and the USA, had overcome the Soviets in an official competition. It was a masterclass in tactical brilliance and raw determination. Reflecting on the achievement, Lasse Nilsson remarked, "The big achievement for me is the journey there, and that we did it with minimal resources." Although the Swedes ultimately lost the final to Italy, that historic win ignited a national fervor and firmly established Sweden as a powerhouse in men's volleyball. However, the 1990s brought an unexpected downturn for Swedish men's volleyball. The retirement of key players from the golden era left a void that was difficult to fill, and the rising prominence of other sports in Sweden diverted both attention and funding away from volleyball. Reduced investment in youth development and infrastructure further contributed to a steady decline in performance and international standings throughout the decade. Matters deteriorated further between 2000 and 2003, when the Swedish men's national volleyball team was notably absent from official competitions. This hiatus stemmed primarily from internal challenges within the Swedish Volleyball Federation. Administrative turmoil and chronic funding shortages created an environment of instability. The expulsion of a prominent volleyball leader, Lasse Svensson, in 2001, following his indirect criticism of the International Volleyball Federation, FIVB, deepened the crisis. The fallout from this turbulent period proved long-lasting. Sweden's volleyball never fully recovered, and the scars of that decline continue to affect the sport in the country today. Now, in August 2024, Sweden embarked on a thrilling yet unpredictable journey in the Eurovolley 2026 qualifiers. Their campaign began with a dramatic match against Switzerland in Habo, a picturesque town by Lake Vättern. The Swedes started strong, dominating the first 2 sets with convincing scores of 25-15 and 25-20. However, the momentum shifted unexpectedly as Switzerland staged an incredible comeback, winning the next 3 sets and sealing the victory in a tense tiebreak, 11-15. Despite this heartbreaking loss, Sweden bounced back in spectacular fashion. Their next match against Spain, the group's heavy favorites, took place in Guadalajara. Against all odds, the Swedes delivered a stunning performance, sweeping Spain in straight sets, 25-21, 25-20, 25-19. This victory has put Sweden on track to qualify for their first European Championship since 1993. The driving force behind Sweden's resurgence is Dutch head coach Guido Vermeulen. Appointed in March 2024, Vermeulen has brought a fresh perspective and a long-term vision to the team. With a contract running until 2028, he is focused on rebuilding the squad from the ground up, blending experienced players competing abroad like Hampus Ekstrand in Italy and Daniel Gruveus in Germany, with young talents from Sweden's domestic league, the Elitserien. Vermeulen's impact is already evident in the team's tactical improvements and mental resilience. His ability to inspire and strategize was on full display during the qualifiers, particularly in the historic win over Spain. Team captain Lindberg praised the team's cohesion under Vermeulen, stating, "The way we've come together is partly thanks to Guido. He walked in and turned this into a true team." Leveraging his extensive international experience, having coached teams like the Netherlands, Spain, and Egypt, Vermeulen has introduced innovative training methods and a more dynamic playing style. Under Guido Vermeulen's leadership, certain players have truly distinguished themselves. Daniel Greveus, serving as the defensive anchor for Germany's Volleys Hersching, delivers exceptional stability through his elite serve reception and veteran leadership. Meanwhile, Jacob Ekman, Sweden's towering middle blocker, stands an impressive 210 centimeter at just 23 years old, bringing unstoppable energy to the net. Notably, Ekman emerged as the leading scorer in the match against Spain, a remarkable feat for a middle blocker, which further underscores his formidable presence and rising talent on the court. Jacob Link is an opposite who currently plays for Al Khawildia in Saudi Arabia, boasting a rich history in Italy. He played a major role against Switzerland by scoring 17 points. Meanwhile, Joel Anderson, hailing from Finland's powerhouse Akaya, has emerged as Vermeulen's favored libero, selected ahead of Edvin Svärd from Orion Stars. Anderson's exceptional skills and reliable defensive play have quickly established him as the backbone of Sweden's defense. Together with Vermeulen's strategic acumen, these players have transformed Sweden into a formidable force on the international stage. The future. Sweden's volleyball future is poised for a breakthrough, even as some age groups remain in development. Notably, the country still does not have a U15, U16 team, and the U17, U18 squad was absent from the 2024 U18 European Championship after a strong second-place finish at the Nevza tournament in 2022. The U17 team made its return in October 2024 at the Nevza tournament, only to finish third behind Finland and a surprise performance from Iceland. The U19 teams have experienced mixed fortunes. In the Nevza U19 2023-24 qualifying tournament for the 2024 European Championship, the Swedish side ended up in fourth place, losing a tight tiebreaker against Norway in the semi-final and succumbing to a decisive 1-3 loss against Denmark, which prevented them from progressing. However, redemption came in October 2024 when the U19 team won the Nevza tournament, held without Norway and Finland, by defeating Denmark in the final. Sweden has never fielded a U21 to U22 team since the inception of the U22 European Championship in 2022, highlighting a gap in player development at this crucial stage. A significant contributor to this upward trajectory is the strong foundation provided by Rig Falköping, Sweden's renowned national sports high school, which produces the majority of the nation's young volleyball talents. Among these promising players is 2008-born Alfred Fransson, a libero who was named MVP of the last Nevza U17 tournament despite Sweden's third-place finish. Yet, the crown jewel of Swedish youth is undoubtedly Axel Enlund, born in 2007. Elected MVP of the recent Nevza U19 in October 2024, Enlund has already emerged as the best scorer in Elitserien. He is not only Sweden's top attacker, but also ranks as the second best blocker and the sixth best server. Integrated into the senior team by Guido Vermeulen last summer, Enlund notably shined in a performance against Switzerland and is expected to claim the MVP title in Elitserien for the 2024-25 season. Sweden's future also looks strong with the presence of middle player Axel Karlsson, born in 2005, currently the third best blocker in Elitserien, who adds depth to the team's defensive prowess. Overall, with its enhanced youth training programs and improved competitive results, Sweden's volleyball system is on a solid upward trajectory. The current progress suggests that it wouldn't be surprising to see a youthful Swedish team break into the European top four within the next 3 years. Sweden's rise is just the beginning. Next, we dive into Denmark's volleyball ambitions. Stay tuned.